Taiwo, representing the good people of Ajeromi Ferudun Federal Constituency, Ajegune in Lagos. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would also want to join my other colleagues that have given their support for the second reading of this appropriation bill, but with some observations. Mr. Speaker, I will start with the revenue, the sub-heads under revenue. Mr. Speaker, sir, the first sub-head is the inflow from oil. The second is inflow from other non-oil revenue. The third one is tagged other sources. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other sources have an inflow of 3.7 trillion, which is more than the other ones. And we need to be very careful. I just want to plead with particularly the Committee on Finance and Appropriation, to let them break this down properly, because it's ambiguous. We don't know what they mean by other sources. And from there, Mr. Speaker, looking at our NTEF, I know we passed the NTEF report under Committee on Supply. Therefore, there's no room for debate. But I also know that one of their recommendations is that we should peg the borrowing at 1.5 trillion. But looking at this budget, I realize that the financing, the other aspect of financing, because the capital expenditure is 10 point something compared to the revenue of 8 point something. We have a deficit of 2.18, which we want to source from loans internally and externally. And that is more than the 1.5 that was approved on this floor during the MTEF debate. And looking at the reason given by the executive, they said the 2.8 will include drawdown on project-tied loans, which was what we agree on, that all loans must be tied to project. And the other side, they said, and the related capital expenditure. That also is ambiguous. And it's not in conformity with the agreement of this House. Mr. Speaker, I want that particular aspect of the expenditure to be properly looked into by the relevant, particularly Committee on Appropriation and Committee on Finance. Mr. Speaker, lastly, while we are discussing the MTEF, we only talked about the benchmarks for oil, the sale of oil and the quantum that we want to sell. But we did not discuss about the most important aspect of MTEF. But that is the high point of the speech of the president. Because the president, at the end of the speech, he said, this year's budget will not introduce new projects and will not accept new projects from any of the ministries except they have finished the ongoing one. And we know that the MTEF is to close projects. And I just want to make it as suggestions to the relevant committee that when they are treating MTEF next time, they must look at that particular aspect of it. Because if we refuse to close projects every time, we will have several abandoned projects all over the places. I know that, Mr. Speaker, some few weeks ago, you set up a committee to go around the country and look for the abandoned projects. One way by which you can stop that is by keeping strictly to the spirit and the purpose of MTEF, that the first year you introduce project, the second year you continue the implementation, the third year you close it. And that is what this budget, I think, is the high point of the budget. And it's the more reason why the president says they will not allow any new project except the old ones are closed. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.